I would say it in one sentence. What Shivaji Maharaj wanted was self-rule. So that was Swarajya. And what the Peshwas did was to make it into a Samrajya, which is expansion of the Maratha territory. After 1818, that is when the empire, you can say the Maratha Empire breathed its last. And that is the time when there was a lot of loot. So there was loot from the Deccan, which is called the Deccan Booty, which has been documented by the British. The booty was about 5 million sterling, pounds sterling, which comes to about 5 crores at that time in 1818. And they have taken just about anything. I mean, there is a documentation of the jewels that were there. Not just the jewels, the precious stones that were there, right from diamonds to rubies to sapphires. There is mention of small deities in gold and other precious metals, as well as in gemstones, which they carried. They've carried palanquins made of pure silver. And this was all personal property. This property belonged not just to the Peshwas, but it also belonged to the Holkars, the Scindias, and a lot, Mehendares from here. So basically anybody and everybody who were against the British, all their properties were seized. The properties also were immovable, as in Pune was, literally the whole of Pune was of the Peshwas. They had many, many gardens, they had many palaces all over the place. Shaniwar Wada was not the only one. Vishambag Wada was there, and Budhar Pet, there was a palace. There were many such. Kothrud, there was a palace. There were many gardens. Similarly with the others, the Rastes, the Mehendares, I mean, everybody had properties. And all of these were completely seized. Everything that was in it was taken away. So the loot came to about 5 million pounds sterling, as I have said. And none of it is known where it is now or what happened to it. What we know is it was looted, and for about many years there was a court case. Court cases were going on between the East India Company and His Majesty the King of England about who owns this. So that was the Deccan booty. There was also the Banda, Karvi and Bithur booty, which happened after 1818. After 1857, actually, the freedom fight that Nana Sahib Peshwa undertook. Nana Sahib Peshwa, as you all know, fought in the 1857 rebellion, as it was called, but it was a freedom fight. So his palace in Bithur, the British raided it so badly that they trained guns on it. Not guns, what do you call, cannons on it, and blew the whole palace apart. Somebody told them that they have kept the booty in a well. All his treasures were in a well, and this was all Bajirao II's treasure, mind you, the one in Bithur. So they dug that well up. I mean, and right from his chariot, the Hauda, the Devghar, many jewels, a lot of gold coins, all these were just taken. There was a whole service of gold, the cutlery service, the plate services in gold and silver, all of that was taken away. The same thing happened at Karvi and Banda. So Karvi, Amrit Rao Sahib's son and his sons, they were there, and they had to surrender afterwards. Narayan Rao was taken as prisoner and he died there. Madhav Rao was young, he was just 8-10 years old. So he was sent to Bareilly as a protege. and that is where we come from. We had a place in Bareilly to stay. We were under the watchful gaze of the British all the time. By we, I mean my ancestors, not me. But again, they found a lot of jewelry and silverware, gold coins, promissory notes. I have that list. It's not published yet, so I'm not going to give it out, but I have each and every article that was taken and looted. Again, there is no way to bring it back because most of it was melted and taken by the soldiers, the mercenaries, and who the British colonels were at that time, Colonel Briggs, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And again, there was a huge court case going on between the royal family and the East India Company. So, and I have all the published, unpublished letters and the court case. So as a gemologist, I would say, I mean, what they have quoted is this loot from Karvi and Banda. It's called the Banda and Karvi booty. It came to about 7 million sterling pounds at that time, which at that time is close to about 7 crores. But there is a lot of undocumented loot which was just taken away, just grabbed and taken away, which I am under anywhere between 15 crores to 20 crores of that time is what. Now these gems and gems that they say, I mean that are documented, which they had, I would say they were roughs or uncut stones, or not cut in the European fashion which we know of today, like round and baguettes, and they were stones. Yes, they were large stones, carat wise anywhere between 5 and 6 carat weight stones, all mostly from India, because we have in India, we were our natural resources, we were very, very rich. For example, now I think the Nasak diamond, it was mined in the 15th century in Andhra Pradesh. It weighed 90 carats when it was in its original state. What they say is it was in the crown of Trambakeshwar at Nashik, on his head, on the crown of the deity. And Bajirao too, it is said it was in his possession later, but I think he must have taken it as a safekeeping because he knew that the British would go and attach all of that also, all that booty or treasure that they had seen. Today, it is said that the carat weight has been reduced drastically. It comes to about 48.23 carats, if I'm not mistaken. The diamond was flawless in its original state. It's still flawless. That means it has no inclusions or impurities. So because of the European way of attaching importance to the faceting or the stylizing of a gem, they have cut it to such an extent that almost 30% of it is gone, and a 90 carat proper beautiful flawless diamond today is just 48, 49 carats. So this is how it is today. It is in a private museum in Lebanon. No hopes of getting it back. So that's how it goes. Like I said, I don't even know how much of the actual treasure exists. What does exist? I mean, we know a few things, like we know about the Kohinoor diamond, or we know the Nasak diamond, but whether it will actually come back to us, I doubt it. I always hope. But I always also hope that somewhere in the research that I'm doing, we should be able to find out where actually this loot was, and who does it belong to now, and whether there is any hope that we can even get a glimpse of it. But I'm hoping. Anger, of course, anger, frustration that we couldn't keep our treasure, but also a satisfaction that it is at least there. It has been looked after really, really well. I mean, they are taking very good care of not just the Indian, but also of the other Commonwealth countries that they've looted. They have really kept it very well, and as long as it's there, as long as we as Indians can go and see it, I think I'm happy about that. More than these treasures coming back, what I would seriously, I mean, this is from the heart, is what we have here today. The immovable assets that we have, our forts, our temples, our Shaniwar Vada. I'm just giving an example, but our Shaniwar Vada, I mean, if these things are taken care of, they are maintained properly, they are given their due respect, I think we have achieved a lot, which is not happening. Why not look at what is there instead of hoping for something that isn't with us anymore?